이곳은 미국 샌프란시스코. 세계에서 가장 다양한 민족과 문화가 어울려 사는 이곳은 약 80만 명의 인구가 살고 있으며 그중 아시아계 미국인은 인구의 약 5%를 차지한다. 샌프란시스코에는 지역 방송국인 ABC-TV, 크롬4TV 등이 있다. 우린 이곳에서 활동 중인 아시아계 미국인 저널리스트들을 만나기로 했다. 미국에서 동양인 저널리스트는 어떤 존재일까? 1월 8일 우리는 캘리포니아주 샌프란시스코 국제공항에 도착했다. 관광지로 유명한 이곳은 다양한 인종의 사람들이 입국을 기다리고 있었다. 우리가 처음으로 방문한 곳은 크롬4TV. 우린 이곳에서 동양인 저널리스트를 만나볼 수 있었다. 그녀의 이름은 제니스 진. 그녀는 크롬4TV 보도국 부국장을 맡고 있다. 우린 그녀의 배려로 비교적 자유롭게 크롬TV 오후 생방송 뉴스를 직접 볼 수 있었다. 동양인 저널리스트는 미국에서 어떤 의미일까?
You know, I think that in the big picture and globally, you know that Asia is a really big powerhouse, right? There's a lot of things going on in a lot of countries. You know, the United States tends to be a little, what they call xenophobic. You know, like everything's just around the U.S. and we don't think outside the border, but we ought to.
제니스와 만남 후 우리는 또 다른 만남을 찾아갔다. 이곳은 아카데미 오브 아트 유니버시티. 통상 AAU라고 부르는 이곳은 방송, 영화, 디자인과 같은 예술적 학문의 두각을 보이며 많은 예술인들이 스쳐 지나간 곳이다. 우린 이곳에서 동양인 최초로 미국 방송을 진행한 사람을 만날 수 있었다. 그녀의 이름은 야네이로. 이곳 AAU의 커뮤니케이션 멀티미디어 테크놀로지 학과의 학과장을 맡고 있다. 그녀의 이야기를 들어보았다.
So I started in television in 1975 when there wasn't anybody who looked like me on television here in San Francisco and really across the country. Because, you know, they didn't see Asian and certainly women to be reporters or news anchors. So when I started the pilot for this television show was a brand new experimental show called Evening Magazine.
이브닝 매거진은 연예, 문화와 관련된 방송 프로그램이었고 그녀는 1976년 방송을 시작했다. 그 후 그녀는 꽤 오랜 기간 이브닝 매거진을 진행했다.
Phone's ringing already, Jan. You're calling up to vote for what you want to see on our show tonight. Thanks for joining us on another special edition of our show. I'm Richard Hart.
And I'm Jan Hero. Tonight, you tell us what you want to see in Evening Magazine. You choose the stories. All you have to do is pick up your phone and call 863-5555 on your touch-tone phones.
Here's how it works.
So I started to host it in 1976. But in those days, really, nobody looked like us on television. So a lot of people thought I could not do television. In fact, a lot of television stations in San Francisco said, thank you, but no thank you. They did not want to see anybody who looked like me. I think people were surprised to see an Asian woman on television. You know, I got a lot of letters from young Asian children and families who said they were really proud that I was in front of the camera and I was doing reporting. And that made me feel more responsible, that I had to do a good job for all of them.
우린 샌프란시스코의 주요 관광지 중 하나인 피어 39를 지나게 되었다. 이곳은 그 유명한 알카트라즈 감옥을 눈앞에 두고 있었다. 우린 피어 39에서 꽤 가까운 곳에 위치한 ABC 방송국을 방문했다. 이곳에서 우리는 ABC-TV의 7시 뉴스를 진행하는 동양인 앵커를 만나볼 수 있었다.
So my name is Kristen Z, In Chinese, it's 是名ting. I was actually born in Taiwan, and I moved here to the US when I was about 9. I put together a demo reel so that by the time I was done, I had sent those out to TV stations and dove in when I got my first job offer in a small town in the US, in upstate New York, very, very small town. That is how you start. You start in small cities, small TV stations, and you work your way gradually up into bigger towns. I feel like the most important thing is that you are there to discover the truth, and that is the same no matter what color you are. So that is not to say that there may not be discrimination that you wouldn't meet, just like in any profession or job from time to time. And again, those are challenges that you need to overcome by showing what you can do, and having people maybe in small towns who have never seen an Asian American face say, oh, well, you know, she is no different from us. And when you bridge gaps like that, that's another function that you can serve as a journalist. Perhaps not your main goal mission, but when people see you out there, very visible role, being a leader in the community and a role model, and being on their side, so to speak, that definitely, I think, goes to pave the way for the acceptance of more Asian Americans in society in different facets, different professions, different careers.
우린 같은 ABC 방송국 안에서 예정된 다른 만남을 찾아갔다.
Is it too much reflection?
이게 너무 반사되나?
There's another room. Want to see it?
딴 방도
Or you could close the blinds. Here's one right here. What we use for interviews. Want to do this? You like this better?
예.
그녀의 이름은 릴리안 킴. 그녀는 이곳 ABC TV의 7시 뉴스 리포터로 꽤 오랜 기간 근무를 하고 있었다. 한국계 미국인인 그녀는 우리가 만난 사람들 중 가장 인상 깊었다.
Especially television, because they see us and they want the people on TV to be a reflection of the people watching the news. In San Francisco, being Korean specifically hasn't really helped much because there's not a large Korean population. I think if I were in LA, that would be much more of an asset. In fact, I think that when, let's say there are Koreans looking for jobs in the United States, going to obviously places where there are lots of Koreans will always be helpful. So LA, I know that there are other pockets of the United States where there's a large Korean community. San Francisco, not as much. But I think knowing the language in a place like that would be very helpful. Well, they can help find stories in those communities, and the people in those communities will trust someone who is Korean and who can communicate with them. And those stories in those communities are important to cover. But a lot of those aren't covered because a lot of the people who are out there covering the news aren't in contact or in connection with those communities. So it's always good to have people who are close to that.
우린 4명의 저널리스트를 만났고 저널리스트가 되기 위한 조언을 들을 수 있었다.
So sometimes, you know, a lot of Asian Americans, certainly I have lots of friends and lots of relatives, right? They're like, you know, why can't you be a doctor, a lawyer, you know, some high paid professional, be an engineer? And I say, no, you know, I really like what I do. So Asian Americans haven't always come into journalism as much as we would like them.
So don't ever feel like you have to change yourself and be someone else in order to have this job. Just be yourself. What I would do in college, my path was I did a lot of internships. What you have to do in an internship is to be proactive. You don't want to wait for people to come to you and ask you, can you do this for me? You want to go up to different people, reporters, editors, assignment editors, and ask, what can I do to help you today? You see someone that looks busy, go say, can I help you write something? Can I make a phone call for you? That will make you stand out. You want to be the one who has the most to offer, and you want to be the first one to say yes when there's an assignment. And don't be afraid to work hard. Don't be afraid to work different schedules. And don't be afraid to be creative.
I would assume that in any language, it's really about writing. right? It's all about writing, how you tell stories, what words you use to tell the story, what words you use to convey the right feeling, the right emotion of the story. So, you know, my bet is, and I don't know, that is in any language, everybody would say, write better. Have a better vocabulary, write better.
You have to absolutely follow your passion. And a lot of times people will say no. This television station will say no, or this television station will say no, this television station will say no. But you have to absolutely follow your passion. And you have to rise above it. You have to be brave, you have to take a chance, and you have to do a good job.
I think the other part is the more you can expose yourself to different things, whether that's international travel, whether that's just friends of a different culture, whether that's going to a restaurant that you don't normally go to, you should at least do it once. So the next step for you is to expose to as many things as you can.
Well, obviously having a language always helps. So if there's a Korean journalist looking for a job here, obviously having that language is always an asset in news. But I always find the best advice is to obviously work hard and don't complain. You'll get a lot farther, I think, when you don't focus on the negative, but you focus on the positive things of the job, because news is a difficult job to be in because you have to work holidays and you have to work weekends. But if you just embrace the whole experience and look at the big picture, then I think that will always help you be happy in this career.
빠르게 성장하고 변하는 이 세상 속에서 우리는 더 좋은 직장, 더 나은 생활을 바란다. 우린 스스로 질문을 던져보고 고민해 보아야 한다. 내가 무엇을 더 원하고 있는지, 무엇에 열정을 쏟을 수 있는지. 그리고 우린 스스로 누구보다 더 열심히 살아가야 함을 잊지 말아야 한다.